Bonjour, practical dreamers. It's Claire from integrallyalive.com. And this year has been great for loneliness, hasn't it? But the thing is, while this year and a half now, has been really low on opportunities of just meeting people, being around people, meeting people, being around people is not the cure for loneliness. It's not enough. We need meaningful connections. And I know that well because, I'm moving a lot around. I mean, usually these days, a lot less. And so anyway, I'm often the new kid on the block, knowing no one in the place I just arrived. So I visit a few social gatherings, from social gatherings to networking events to whatever name you give it. And often it feels like something is missing of this. So there will be kind of two big type of events, like the casual social meetup and the networking events, more like businessy, entrepreneur type. And so in social meetups, often there is the jackpot, and it comes right from the beginning, most of the time, 3 jackpot questions. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? And after a bit and a while of answering those questions again and again and again, I can tell you after years of that, I'm kind of allergic to these questions made in that way. I'm not saying you should never ask those questions, but that when all your evening kind of is answering to those repeating questions, it can be really tiring. And you know what I'm talking about if you've been moving along and meeting new people regularly. Now, in the networking events, it's a bit different. It's just people have an agenda. Not all of them, but many of them have an agenda. And so you can feel like you are kind of walking between walking business cards more than humans. And they will have some sort of idea of where you stand in their words. So could you be a partner? Could you be a client? Could you be anyway? It's not you, it's what you could be to them. So it's biased from the beginning, not very nice either. And if you've ever been like I have, on the receiving end of what you think is a friendly conversation, but then after a while you realize, no way, you are actually trying to sell me your stuff, aren't you? It doesn't feel great. So either of these, how can I say that? In a lot of these meetings, I meet a lot of people, but I feel like I connect to no one really. It's so superficial. And there comes social fatigue here. Hello, my friend. So social fatigue, one of its faces is that you have a lot of interactions, but it's not nourishing. And it can be really draining to the point where after a few of those, if this keeps repeating, you might find yourself, and I had this experience quite honestly, where I will really seriously ask myself before going to an event, do I have the energy today to be drained if it's not like I would hope it would? Like if it's this kind of superficial encounter. And sometimes I have decided not to go to events because I just wasn't in the mood for another jackpot, where are you from, blah, 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 kind of interactions. And I know from experience talking about this, I'm far from being the only one, especially in the nomad community. On the other end of the spectrum of meetups, you have meetups, kind of. You have authentic relating, circling, any kind of deep connection workshop. And these are great. I love these, where you finally learn to interact human to human, and it's really nourishing, but it's also almost exclusively workshops. And sometimes I just want to spend time, nice time talking to friendly humans, just a fun evening. I don't want to do workshops all the time in a very structured way and so on and so forth. So what is the solution for that? Well, networking human meetups. You're welcome. Just a little bit of authentic relating, exploration, fun, in the beginning to put everyone in the same mindset and avoid the jackpot and so on and other kind of agenda. But then we switched to social gathering, just, apply this authentic relating mindset to create a meaningful connection in a casual setting. So what am I talking about with this mindset? Well, to me, it comes down to mainly 4 most important things. First, be kind. Be kind towards you, be kind towards others. And then be curious. So no agenda. Ask questions instead of assuming, things about people. And then playful, because again, I want to have fun. Workshops are great, but I want it to be a fun time. And lovingly unapologetic. Here, you can be authentic. You can drop your masks. We want you to be the whole of who you are. We want you to be you, not anyone else. So who is it for? Well, everyone is welcome. That said, I'm a solopreneur, I am a nomad. And from my own experience and talking with friends and clients, I know that it's way easier to feel lonely when you are working on your own every day, freaking like a solopreneur freelance. So it's obviously easier to feel lonely when you meet less people. And it's also on top of that, if you are any kind of nomad or location independent, bingo, you hit the jackpot, another one. This one, the jackpot for loneliness. So yeah, I really had, myself in mind, quite honestly, and solopreneur, nomad, freelance nomad, location independent kind of people. That said, if you relate to what I'm saying and you feel like, oh, fuck yeah, I really need that. If you want to meet people in a more authentic way, you're welcome. Yeah, you too. So how? This will happen once a week. This will be free and this will be online and this will be now. So if you want to know more, go to integrallyalive.com/meet, MEET, and see you soon, I hope. Come, we're friendly. And that was your weekly dose for Feel Slow. This one, wow, you know what? It's been a long time since I wanted to organize these meetups. I don't quite know why I didn't came up with them sooner, but I do think we really need it, like in the world, but especially right now. Like this has been a brutal year for loneliness, really. Anyway, I hope that boom, life just got easier. And thanks for being here. Hope to see you there. Drop your comments and questions here on Facebook, on Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe to get more. And especially for this one, share the feels love. Invite everyone who needs meaningful connection. The more we are, the less. Now, it doesn't work in English. In French, we have this saying, like, plus on est de fous, moins il y a de riz. But it doesn't, there is anyway, come and ask me about this sentence if you're curious. I said enough or too much. Anyway, thanks for being here. Lovely to have you with us. I do hope next a networking human meetup. Until then, stay tuned for the next video. Embody 100% you, be happy, and go to the beach. Au revoir.